Hello, we are the Effectual Intellectuals, and we are presenting Imagine the Possibilities. I am Camille, and we are aiming to create well-rounded individuals by instilling a firm foundation of intellectual and personal growth. We want you to take a journey with us. Follow us as we expose the current challenges we believe are in the education system, zooming into opportunities, expenses, methods of teaching, competition, and limitations in universities, which is preventing versatile members of society. Soaring towards communities with endless opportunities as a result of encouraged exploration and implementation of innovative education.
Hi, this is Megan Jones. Let us look at the challenges we found that are applicable to anyone planning on getting a career in Idaho after graduating from BSU, which many in our class can relate to. Not only in Idaho, but as Swirsky found, Americans owe well over $600 billion in college debt. More than 2 million college graduates are underemployed, and millions are unemployed. Despite Idaho's many attributes, it ranks at the bottom of several unflattering lists. The education system in Idaho is holding our students back. It has the worst going on rate to college in the entire nation. Legislators have decided not to invest in our potential. The minimum wage in Idaho is only $7.25, which makes it hard for students to pay for college. Only 28% have a bachelor's degree in Idaho. Idaho women working full-time year-round in Idaho earn 78% of their male counterparts' income. According to statistics from the U.S. Bureau, Idaho places near the bottom compared to other states. It ranks 36th in the nation for the gender wage gap. Idaho is 50th for the average annual wage, per capita income, and for wage increases since 2007. It also has the greatest percentage of minimum wage workers in America. Finding jobs in Idaho that pays off student loans and supports a family or even yourself has become increasingly more difficult in Idaho, making it virtually impossible for the vast majority of children in Idaho to go to college. While conducting our research, we found the shocking statistics from don'tfailidaho.com that this image depicts. Out of 10 Idaho teens, 8 will go on to high school, 4 will go into college, and only 1 will graduate college.
I'm Megan Elvers, and I will be moving on to the challenges for employees. It is well documented that on average, college graduates earn significantly higher wages than high school graduates. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland, current data shows that college degree holders have an 84% increase in earnings versus high school graduates. This gives incentive to the older generations of workers that didn't get a college degree to go back and finish. According to NBC News, in 2009, 40% of students enrolled in undergrad and graduate schools were 25 and older, 17% were 35 and older. This figure is expected to continue rising as more jobs start requiring college degrees. There are many current complications with not having a college level education in many job fields. My father, for one, works at Micron Technologies as an electrical engineer, and even though he has been there for 25 years and is overqualified for many higher level positions, he is not eligible to apply because he does not have a bachelor's degree. This is because the hiring committees want to see that a higher education and critical thinking in this job field was achieved. This type of education is called problem-posing education. Freire's method of learning produces well-rounded individuals for the workforce because instead of teachers depositing knowledge onto students, it forces the do to create a dialogue where the student works through the problems on their own. Piggybacking on the previous slide, this image mirrors the challenges for employees. As you can see, we found from our research, Georgetown's diagram confirmed The amount of jobs that require a 4-year bachelor's degree are substantially higher than jobs that only require a 2-year degree or no degree.
My name is Sammy, and we'll be traveling to the challenges for educators. It was comical to my group and I when Rousseau goes on to explain, I do not regard the instruction given in those ridiculous establishments called colleges. We saw that educators are automatically confined to base their teaching according to whatever the university's stipulations are. The curriculum being taught is specifically based off of a strict structure, reasoning, and standards. This is contradictory to Rousseau's methodology claiming education comes to us from nature, from men, or from things. Educators are often found undervalued in society. Negative perceptions often grow with the lack of professional pay and support, and as teaching becomes a less desired job, there is an outweigh of retirees than recruitments. The growing amount of student debt makes students more likely to skirt low paying jobs such as teaching. In our society, especially in Idaho, there are many cuts and little funds for public education. We cannot afford to pay our educators or to provide vital resources for their students. Any aspired educator must reach the minimum level of a bachelor's degree and then require further education from there. With a degree that costs tens of thousands of dollars, teachers cannot afford to pay their student debt and survive off of the same salary. Correlating with the previous slide, these quick facts from the U.S. Bureau of Statistics show the average median pay for any college level educator, not entry level, that can be brought into comparison with their educational fees. For educators, it may seem as a higher wage, although considering the financial burdens it has taken to get to that place, the amount of debt is astronomical.
I am Remington, and I will be concluding this journey. After digging into what challenges that arise in universities, we were left with the initial question, why college? With the amount of tuition and other unaffordable costs of college, low graduation rate, and the lack of career opportunities, especially with competition later down the road, where does that leave students? Examining this image from the Family Resource Center that paralleled with our biggest concerns, we recognize that students' debt now exceeds $1 trillion in student loans. Back in 2004, 27% of 25-year-old Americans had student loans. Within 8 years, that has increased by 16%. In addition, 50% of 2011 bachelor grads were unemployed or were working in a job that doesn't require a BA. We believe these ridiculous establishments produce an
Thank
overwhelming
you for your
of
time.
individuals that are double-minded, seemingly concerned for others, but only concerned for themselves. Through our explorations and research, we examined students, employees, and educators that are facing these obstacles. Universities need to instill an exploration of self and the world, cut institutional costs, and implement innovative teachings in order to effortlessly create well-rounded individuals.